Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Steamworld Dig 2. This is obviously the sequel to Steamworld Dig from the people who brought you that and Steamworld Heist. We didn't know if this was coming to Vita or not, but it got announced like a week or so before the game actually came out on the PlayStation platforms, which is great, because, you know, nice surprise and all that. We'll go have a quick look around before we load into my save game. Not that much to see, honestly, but I do like the fact that you can rebind every key in the game. That's a very nice thing to do indeed. So, let's just go and load straight into my game. I've got almost 3 hours. We're coming up on 2 hours 45 minutes. So, I've put a fair amount of time into it, and it looks like it's nowhere near finished, which is good, because Steamworld Dig, the original game, was a little bit short. This game, not so much. So, here we are in town, and the game is a lot like the original Steamworld Dig. It shares a lot of the game's same ideas, but there are a couple of new things. But the basic gameplay loop of go down into the mines, mine materials, and then come back up and sell them, that's still the same as it ever was. So once you've gotten all your materials, you come here, you sell them to this guy, and you get money for it. Then you use that money to upgrade your robot. Very good stuff for the most part. So I can buy pretty much anything I want at this point, and knowing my luck, I'm probably going to want to buy more body armor, which is exactly what I'm going to do actually. So I've spent my money, and there are also things you can get via secrets and stuff like that called upgrade cogs, and upgrade cogs can be used to equip cog mods. And these cog mods can be equipped to any item, and they will have any particular set of effects, which is pretty neat, actually, because it's a nice little thing that they do. You get tons of these, but there are also tons of abilities, and you definitely can't equip all of these at once. There are also blueprints that you can get, and you get blueprints by finding artifacts, which are basically just secret items, and turning them into this guy down here on the bottom right. There's not that much else to see up here. Everybody talks to you and gives you little hints and bits about the world and stuff like that, but other than that, there's not that much to see up in the towns, or down in the towns, because there's actually a couple of underground ones, which is kind of neat. The writing is actually pretty damn good. The presentation is absolutely fantastic as well. They are very good at doing their graphics over there. Steamworld Dig 2 definitely feels like a big step up from the first Steamworld Dig. It looks lovely. The animations are great. The writing's really well done. The music and the sound is also pretty damn good. They've done just a fantastic job with the game's presentation. So we're just having a bit of a look around the map here. As you can see, the map is huge. The one difference between this game and Steamworld Dig 1, the one major difference, is that the games... The Steamworld Dig, the original, was procedurally generated. This game is not. So you have a bunch of mines that you can go down in, but it's going to be the same every time in comparison to the original game, which was entirely luck-based. We're going to go into the area that I've just unlocked, and we're just going to go have a bit of a look around, see if we can do anything story-related, just all of that particular stuff. So here we are. This is Steamworld Dig. Once we're down in the mines, we don't replenish our resources automatically anymore. You do take fall damage, which is why falling flat on my face earlier made a very unpleasant sound. But yeah, this is Steamworld Dig. You are a robot equipped with an axe, and this axe is, well, a pickaxe actually, more like. And you use this pickaxe to dig through things. And when you dig through, oh dear, that looks very dangerous. That looks very dangerous indeed. Oh. I haven't actually seen this before, so I'm kind of worried. Let's avoid that for the time being. So you use your axe to dig through, and you can pick up resources. These resources will, when taken back to town, as you saw earlier, give you money. I'm actually going to let this one blow up, because I think I'm in a decent range away from it, so... Never mind! Apparently those things have massive blast ranges. So, your general idea is that you'll be... Whoa, crap! Whoa, crap! Oh, that sucked. Thankfully that one blew up too. Oh, Jesus, now I'm on edge. Because all these bloody barrels are everywhere. Alright. Hang on. You do have a couple of other tools to help you out with your exploration as well. So, For example, you do have this little hook shot here that I've only just unlocked that lets you just zip around the place. You also have long-range bombs. So, for example, like this. And those require water. You also have a jackhammer, which lets you push through different walls. So, big stone walls are the walls that you will be more likely to get through. And that also requires water. Let's stay away from these as much as humanly possible if we can. And you also have a... Oh no, that's actually all the abilities you get from the start. There are a few other things that we have to get around to, including the temples. I actually left a temple up there unexplored, but I'm not going to be able to get back up to that now, so let's just work our way down some more, shall we? I was about to say, if I jump away now, will it still explode? No, that's unfortunate. You do have another resource that comes along from time to time as well, and that is light. Now, light kind of annoys me in this game. Yes, you do have combat against general enemies. You just hit them with your pickaxe, or you can blow them up if you like. You can use your water bombs, but I don't have the... Ow. I don't have the water to use my water bombs. Damn it! Thank you. I'll hit it with the hook shot. Yeah, that'll do it. Boom. Oh god. Oh, I missed that. Oh. Oh, that's not good. You do have another resource to work with. I'm just going to run back to town because I do actually have the ability to do that. Thank Christ. Sell all my stuff and go straight back in because that was kind of embarrassing. That's generally how this kind of goes. I thank God that I was able to get that little... The ability to teleport back to town when you're relatively safe is actually very useful, so I'm happy I unlocked it. It's a cog mod. You do have another resource that you can use, though. I'm just going to ignore this temple again. You do have another resource that you can use, though, and that is your light. Or should I say, it's not so much you use it, but you do run out of it really fast. So, light is interesting. So how light works is it goes down over time, and you can upgrade your lamp to make it last longer. Basically, everything in this game can be upgraded for one use or another, right? But yeah, yes, enemies can actually fight each other, which is very useful in this game, I found. They will also drown. Very useful thing indeed. But anyway, as I was saying, you've got light, and light is useful in a few ways. Because not only does it make it easier for you to see, it's not that hard to move around, but it can still be pretty difficult. You also have the ability to see into walls, to see resources. Like you can see that I can see a bunch of stuff around here, actually. A bunch of resources. Yeah, I can just push this guy. I just need to, convince him to turn around and walk away. Except I don't think I'll be doing that from here. Hang on. Okay, now if I just push him... Whoa! Okay, whoa. Oh, I leveled up. Thank God. Oh, man, this is a nightmare. This is surprisingly difficult, but... Oh, well. It's more fun that way. But yeah, as I was saying again, if you run out of light, which is very, very easy to do, because it slowly ticks down over time. If you run out of light, you won't be able to see through walls, so you can't mine. So you do have to go back up to the top as well. You do also have to go back up to the top for selling all your resources, and in some cases, like multiple cases that I've run into at this point, getting your health back, because you are relatively weak at the start of the game, and I'm not doing particularly well here either. I'm very happy that I picked up that health upgrade. So, you end up having to go back up to the surface a lot. I do think light as a mechanic could have been not so much expunged from the game, but I do think they could have realistically gotten rid of it. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, just because of how often you end up losing all your light. Sure, it becomes a little bit less of a problem. I'm going to go back up to the top and sell my shit again. I am sorry, but I am not going to take this chance. It's just kind of annoying how often you have to go back up to the surface, and reducing the amount of light you lose might have helped this out a bit. Yes, when you level up by defeating enemies, you get extra money, and you do, get extra upgrades, which I'm actually going to go buy a couple of now because I've got the money to do it, so let's do it. What do I want to buy now? I could buy... Okay, Tier 2 Brusher Bomb and Tier 7 Backpack. Why not? So yeah, I've got tons of room for getting items now. Back down we go. So yeah, while I'm not that big of a fan of the light mechanic, at the same time, you do end up going back to the surface a lot in this game. Like, no matter what. So, going back up to the surface for your light isn't really a particularly big issue, I have to say. Well, I do not want to fall in that lava. Alright, let's take the safe way around. Not the safest way, but... oh well. So basically the question is, how well does it replicate Steamworld Dig 1's gameplay loop, which is, you know, go down, get items, come back up, do it all over again. As, you know, as much as you feel like. Whoops. That is a dirty trick from that bastard there. Let's just go somewhere a little bit safer, shall we? And by safer, I of course mean there's plenty of lava and cultists around to have fun with you if you so desire. I'm going to just push him away because if I push him into the lava, I still get the XP, which is great. But yeah, the question is... oh my god. The question is, how well does it reflect the original gameplay loop of Steamworld Dig, which is, you know, mine, get loot, come back up. Well, it doesn't really well, because you still have all the same tools and a couple of new ones that you can work with, which is great. You have a bunch of new stuff to do as well. Like, since the game is no longer procedurally generated... well, actually, to be fair, it wasn't procedurally generated in the caverns either, but now that the game's not procedurally generated, they can come up with all sorts of neat little tricks and... oh, well, goodbye all that gold. They can come up with all sorts of neat little tricks and things that you can do to just keep the game interesting. Which is cool, because it's fun to... boom. It's fun to do all of the... it's fun to just, you know, dig through all of the areas and search for gold and resources and all that. One thing that does kind of annoy me is that the game has this annoying tendency to... well, here's the thing about the procedural generation. The game is a little bit weird about it, in that... well, if you die in this game, you lose all the resources you picked up, but the thing is, resources can only be mined once, and since the game's not procedurally generated, there is a potential problem with this in the fact that if you end up dying too many times, you might end up losing too much gold. It's not that big of a deal if you're careful about it, I just gotta say, it's worth warning you about if you are sensitive to that sort of thing, because losing 100 gold early on can be a real big kick in the dick, I'll put it that way, because it's just a bit annoying like that, in that sense, because you just end up in a situation where you might not have enough gold to get a decent upgrade. Enemies do respawn from time to time, which is perfectly fine, and does actually help with this a little. I'm just saying that it might be a little bit of an issue to people who aren't that big of a fan of that. Right, looks like I have to light up these 3 things in order to get that lever to work. There are also these little temples that you can go into. I've skipped one several times already. And you end up with these little, like, puzzle platforming challenges, which are neat in and of themselves. And they've also got plenty of secrets. This game has an absolute ton of secrets. The amount of secrets cannot be overstated. I have got to say, like, I've seen like a dozen secrets in this area, and it's only been like 25% of the overall secrets in the area. And the game just hides them everywhere. There's usually 1 or 2 inside every temple that's hiding a cog or an artifact. And you've usually got to look really hard for them, because seriously, there's an absolute ton, and there's always going to be 1 or 2. Oh, one big pole, huh? Okay, I guess I can't go this way right now. Guess I'll head back the other way and see what the story event is. But yeah, you get all these neat little puzzle platforming challenges and all these little neat secrets to find, and there's an absolute ton of them. So if you're a secret hunter, you are going to be more than at home with this game, because there's just an absolute ton of them lying around. And there's a bunch of, like, really hard challenges and stuff to do as well. So, yeah. Alright, looks like we actually are going into a cave here. The Combustors Station. So we'll see what the platforming challenge is like here. Or it might not even be a platforming challenge. It might be a boss fight. There's only been one boss fight in the game so far. It was at the very beginning. So, who knows? But let's go have a look anyway, shall we? It's a boss fight. Yep, it's definitely a boss fight. Right, so looks like I have to find my way into the guy's inner sanctum. Blow him to smithereens. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Neat idea for a boss fight. The game, however, is actually really generous with how it's... Oh, wow, okay, so that's how that works. The game's really generous with its, secrets. Because the way it works is whenever there's a secret in a cavern, or a cave, or what have you, there is a... Ow. There is a little bit of a warning, right? A warning that, that you haven't found everything yet, which is nice. So when you're, so just to name an example, ow. Well, I don't even really need to name an example, but basically whenever you walk into a cave, it will show you on the map once you are out of said cave. Oh dear. It'll show you when you're out of the cave whether or not you've done it on the map. So it's very useful for stuff like that. I need that health. Ha! I knocked him in the lava. Oh, he's not dead yet, is he? No, he's not. This cheeky bastard won't stop running away. There we go. Alright, I guess that's where I'm going. I guess my question is, are there any secrets around here? Because they do tend to hide them, but then again, you can just come back later. It doesn't lock you out of, ow. It doesn't lock you out of places forever, which is great. Also, I think this might be the final utility that I get, which will be good. I get to see what all of them are. The ignition axe, apparently. What does that do? Oh my. Look at him. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Right. Now, will he hurt me? I'm a little bit worried that he will. Yep. Alright. I have this. So I'm going to hang up here for a little bit. Ow. Light him up. Drop down, and through we go. Hey, resource. It's probably going to be a really rare gem that I can only hold 1 or 2 at a time. Yep. 50 bucks. I do not want to die, because if I die, I will definitely lose that. Right. But yeah, the game will tell you, happily, if you are missing a secret from an area, which is great, because that means that if you go through an area and you come out and you see on the map that it's not complete, you'll be like, what? I missed something? And that I like, because it means that I don't have to spend ages wandering around wondering where the hell a secret is. So if all my, if all of the secrets in a particular dungeon are done, so say like all the temples in an area, I'd done all their secrets, but I was still missing some, that would say there would still be something over in the overworld, so that would work great. There is also another neat thing about this game that I would like to point out. You may have noticed that I knew exactly where I was going to get to the story point because I had a, Ooh. Right. You do also have a dash button that makes you jump slightly higher, which I'm not that big of a fan of just because it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get working properly. That is a secret. I am absolutely positively sure that's a secret, and I know how to get to it. Make this guy walk over here for a bit, and he stops. Hop on his back and fire off a bomb. Or not. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No, I know what to do. Hit him again. Yep, there we go. Now I can use the jackhammer on that. Let's see what's in here, shall we? Upgrade cog. And now we can leave. I've probably gone and missed a secret, but yeah. No, that was everything. Alright, that's cool. So yeah, as I was saying, you can see that I've got like my little map objective down there, and it can, yeah, it's pointing me towards the particular place. However, you can actually turn this off. So if you enjoy a bit of exploring, there you go. Like, see? If you prefer exploration without guidance, disable this cog mod. So you can actually turn that off if you like and play the game a lot more free balling, I guess you might call it. I have no idea how to get to that cog mod, I tell ya. Right, so I need to find my way to the new place, but I'm not entirely sure how. But then again, now that I've got the ability to light up those golems, it's probably just opened up a fair few new paths for me that I can take, which is very good indeed. Very good indeed. Well, either that or I can just light up all these little things here, and yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be that easy, but I'll work with it. Sure, why the hell not? Now, the third one's probably over here somewhere behind this golem. Jump over him and take some damage, but I made it through. Yeah, there we go. Now I can open that and just go on down and do some other stuff. But yeah, the core gameplay loop of going down, discovering things, making money, upgrading your dude, and doing it all over again works just as well as the first game. Some places better, because, you know, no procedural generation means that they can make it, they can handcraft everything to make it more satisfying. Right, I still can't go over this, can I? And then you've got, some things are worse, as I've mentioned already, but still, the game itself is still really good, and the Vita port is also very good. I haven't noticed a single frame rate drop, hitch, crash, you name it. It probably hasn't happened. I haven't noticed anything along those lines. So yeah, really good port. Quite happy about it, actually. Just trying to make sure I don't immediately fall into lava. And we've got another cave up here somewhere. What does this say? Only operating acolytes of level 6. Right, the Doomsday device isn't in there. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's go have a look around. Another temple door up there. That's where we have to go. I'll just have a quick look around first, just to be safe. But I'm convinced that that there leads to a secret. I don't think that would be there by itself if it wasn't, but I've been wrong before. Alright. Let's go and see what's inside this door, shall we? Just get a little bit of a running start. Here we go. Device of Doom. Dead. And I've been told to go back to the Oasis, so alright, that sends us back to town. And I've run out of light, so, you know, absolutely perfect time. Let's go do that, shall we? But yeah, Steamworld Dig 2, pretty damn good. I'd probably call it better than the first one, but at the same time, the first one did its own thing, and I'm perfectly fine with this one doing its own thing as well. Ish. Like, still, base gameplay about the same, but they do have slightly different ideas. But, again, really good. I would fully recommend it. I'm having a great time. Yep, now we've been sent all the way down there. All the way down there. Look at all this crap here, huh? Look at all of that. Tons of area to explore. And I leveled up. And I don't want to go running into that again. And I'm not allowed to go in there. But yeah, that was a look at Steamworld Dig 2. It's pretty damn good. I like it. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time if that didn't break my Vita by dropping it.